What happened, dude?
I don't know, man. I've been drinking.
You been drinking? Why is that?
I hate cops, man.
Go ahead and put your hand down back for me.
Whoa. Hold on now. Hold on. Wait a minute. Quick PSA. Did y'all see that? Did you just see what I just saw? Because I know you saw it while I was seeing it and we saw it together. If you like that intro the way I like that intro, tap on that subscribe button. Because I'm trying to, wait, if they did that, then that led to this. Well, then they must, you know what? Scratch that. I'm already getting ahead of myself. I guess I'm gonna find that out at the end of the video. But keep watching till the end. Because first I'm gonna break down what led up to the drama. Okay? What led up to the drama? Then I'm gonna analyze what happened after the arrest. And then drum roll, the big finale, the big answer, what they did to be arrested. But listen, hey now, okay? What did they even do? And how is it to be seen? By the end of this video, I guarantee you will start to look at things more like a lawyer. Okay, all right, I gotta go. Back to the originally scheduled programming. I'm going. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law. You have the right to an attorney. If you cannot afford an attorney, one will be provided to you by the courts. In 1966, a landmark case known as Ernesto Miranda versus the state of Arizona came across the Supreme Court. It was a landmark case. In this case, it was determined that any interaction which involved an interrogation, keyword, interrogation, any interaction which involved an interrogation needed to be preceded by what was called Miranda's warnings. These warnings did what? These warnings were to accomplish what? These warnings were essentially to further your Fifth Amendment rights. What's the Fifth Amendment? What is that? What are you even talking about? The Fifth Amendment protects individuals from self-incriminating information, confessions. Miranda's warnings basically protected individuals from themselves. Now, there was a few elements that needed to be present first. Today, I want us to look at what I would like to call a basic traffic stop, okay? Very basic, nothing special. You know, every time you watch a video here, it's gonna be something a little special. A basic traffic stop, what happens if an individual decides to just spill it all? Is that even possible? Why would anyone do that? Let's find out.
𝐉𝐨-𝐬𝐧, my vehicle's just been hit. Start an ambulance.
Hey, what happened?
You tell me.
Did he just get out the car and ask what happened? First of all, that looks a little bit more than a hit. It looks like it was crunched.
I need a new car.
Somebody ran into me, pushed my vehicle into the other vehicle, start an ambulance, need a supervisor. Here, come over here, buddy. Get out of the road. Here, have a seat real quick. Have a seat. You all right?
Yeah, I'm all right.
What happened, dude?
I don't know, man. I've been drinking.
You been drinking?
Yeah, I've been drinking.
Okay.
And I took.
Okay, all right. You've been what? You've been drinking? Okay, all right.
Some weed pills.
Some weed pills?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, all right. So let me get this straight. You've been drinking and you done had some weed pills. Listen, I know we're in an age of social media where saying everything to everybody But listen, you're taking this a little too far. Okay, you're taking this way too far. Let's keep watching.
Anybody else in the car?
Nah, it's just me.
187. Started trooper. Here, just sit down, man. Just sit down.
All right.
Driver tells me he's been drinking and took some weed pills.
Here, let me get
No.
phone.
Sit down, sit down.
Okay.
I don't want you to get hit, okay? Hey, you guys all right up in there? All right, just hang tight, okay?
So we are. Let's just backtrack really quick. This is an incident which happens in Fairview Heights, Illinois. We're looking at a situation where a cop is just basically pulling another vehicle over on the side of this highway road here. From what I was able to gather, this was a basic, very, very basic license plate infraction, nothing major. As this cop is pulled over to the side of the road, walking to the right side of the vehicle, as protocol has, would always state, doing everything by the book. He turns his back, and by the time he turns back around, his car is being crunched, literally crunched, pushed into the other vehicle. Gentleman gets out the car, and he almost looks like it's no big deal. I don't know what happened. I thought everybody was eating chips. What are you talking about? Let's keep watching.
Can I stand up? My head's getting like.
Just sit down, man. You just in a bad accident. I don't want you to get hurt. Okay? You wandering around out in that traffic, somebody gonna hit you.
Somebody gonna hit me. I got insurance. It ain't gonna cover that though.
Well, I don't know, but that's not what we're concerned about right now. We're concerned about everybody's okay, all right?
Why is he talking about insurance right now? I think this is a bigger issue than some insurance.
All right. I did that on purpose, sir.
What, you hit me on purpose?
Yeah, I did.
Why is that?
I'm bored.
You're bored? So you ran in the back of me on purpose?
Yep.
Why is that?
I hate cops, man.
Yeah? All right. We got an ambulance coming.
I'm sorry. I know you guys may have come here to maybe hear some defense tactics. Listen, first of all, that must be the new production team. This must be AI. It has to be AI. Did this gentleman just say, I ran into the back of you because I hate cops? You hate cops so much that you want to go spend the night with them. We gotta change the rules and regulations of Instagram and TikTok. This is
Okay.
All right.
All right.
They gonna take me home or I'm going?
I don't know. You ain't got no weapons on you, do you?
No, sir.
All right. Go ahead and put your hand behind your back for me.
All right.
I honestly think if you look at the pause between when he said, I ran into the back of you on purpose, the cop asks why. He says, because I hate cops. I think it took a moment, a good 2 minutes for the cop to actually process that, because the first thing out of his mouth was, oh, we got the ambulance coming for you. And then he just said, wait, did you just say you hate cops? Put your hands behind your back. I'm not gonna sit here and play with you.
So am I going in the ambulance?
They're gonna come and check you out, okay, partner?
Okay.
All right.
You put my wallet back in my pocket?
Yeah.
Considering this information is still very new, as a matter of fact, it's still ongoing. This gentleman was just arrested on September 26th. We're looking at 2-3 days ago. At the very least, we are looking at some very, very serious charges. Now, nothing has been confirmed. There's been no charges that have been filed publicly. However, at the very least, we're looking at aggravated assault. We're looking at vandalism for damage to that vehicle. We're also looking at possible an assault with a deadly weapon for the intention of slamming into the back of that police car. More importantly, something I haven't read is the potential charges of assault to the vehicle that was being pulled over at the time by these police officers. Very, very sorry to see this. However, was his confession valid? Would it be upheld in a court of law? Here's the issue. There are three elements that need to exist in order to essentially warrant Miranda's rights, right? So to basically protect an individual from incriminating themselves, there needs to be three things that are present at the time of a confession. One, police. The police must be present. Two, the individual must actively be in custody of the police. Three, there must be an interrogation. Now, without breaking down each one of those, at least two of those are present, and maybe one of them are a little arguable in the sense of, was he in custody or was he not in custody? The third one is definitely a very, very slim chance of being present, which is the active presence of an interrogation. Was the officer interrogating the individual at the time, or was he merely looking after him and facilitating his care? That's the question. Because if those three elements are not there, then Miranda was not warranted, is not deemed needed, and in that case, that confession would be admissible if this was to end up in a court. Thanks for watching with Len the Lawyer. I hope you enjoyed this conversation. I look forward to getting you more very soon.